There is a number in your medical file right now, and I promise you, you have never been told what it means. Your doctor has seen it. Every single visit. They wrote it down. They looked at it, and then they moved on without saying a single word. That number, right now, is either quietly protecting you or quietly destroying you, and you have no idea which one it is. Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you changes everything. Let me start with a story, because this is not just about science. This is about a real person, a woman, 54 years old. She had been coming to my office for years. No complaints, no symptoms. She ate well. She walked occasionally. By every visible measure, she was fine. She sat across from me that day, completely relaxed. And I looked at her file, and I felt that familiar sinking feeling in my chest. The kind you never get used to, because her number had been creeping in the wrong direction for 3 years, silently. And she had no idea. I looked up at her and asked, "Do you know what your HbA1c is?" She tilted her head. My what? And right there, in that moment, I made a decision. I was going to stop assuming my patients knew things nobody had ever told them, which is exactly why you are watching this video right now. Here's the thing that genuinely disturbs me about this. There are no warning signs. None. That is not me being dramatic. That is medicine. The damage that this number tracks, the kind that leads to heart attacks, strokes, kidney failure, early memory loss, it does not hurt. It does not announce itself. It does not send you a signal. It just builds, day after day, meal after meal, year after year. And by the time your body finally speaks up, by the time you feel the fatigue, the blurry vision, the tingling in your hands at night, the process has already been running for 5 to 10 years. I need you to really sit with that number. 5 to 10 years of silent damage before a single symptom. And here is what makes it even more alarming. Are you ready for this? Approximately 1 in 3 adults over the age of 50 is already in the danger zone right now as you watch this, and 80% of them have no idea. Think about every person you know over 50. Do the math. Someone in that group is walking around right now, feeling completely fine, with a number in their file pointing straight toward disaster, and nobody told them. But I am going to tell you. So what is this number? What is HbA1c, and why has it been the most important thing in your medical file that nobody talks about? Here is the simple version. Your blood is full of red blood cells. Inside those cells is a protein called hemoglobin. And when there is too much sugar in your blood, that sugar physically sticks to the hemoglobin, like honey coating a spoon. The more sugar, the more it sticks. The HbA1c test measures exactly how much sticking has happened. And here is why that matters. More than any other blood test you have ever had, your red blood cells live for 3 months, which means this single number gives your doctor a complete 3-month picture of your blood sugar. Not just today, not just after breakfast. 3 full months of what has been happening inside your body. Think about the difference between checking the weather right now versus studying the entire climate of a season. A regular blood sugar test is the weather. HbA1c is the climate. And right now, I want you to keep that in mind, because what I am about to tell you about the actual numbers is going to shock most people watching this. Here are the 3 zones, and pay very close attention here, because most people watching this are going to recognize themselves in one of these, and not the one they expected. Below 5.7% healthy. Your body is managing sugar well. You are protected. This is where you want to live. Between 5.7 and 6.4%. This is prediabetes. And here is what your doctor may not have told you about this range. The damage has already started, not might start. Already started to your blood vessels, to your kidneys, to your nerves. Right now, while you feel completely normal, while you think everything is fine, the destruction is happening at a microscopic level, and it has been happening for years. 6.5% and above, this is full diabetes. And at this level, the risk of heart attack, stroke, vision loss, amputation, and kidney failure does not just increase. It skyrockets. Now here is the part that stops people cold. After the age of 50, your body is working against you in ways you cannot feel. Your muscle mass naturally decreases, and muscle, this is absolutely critical, muscle is the primary tissue your body uses to pull sugar out of your blood. Less muscle means more sugar stays in your bloodstream. More sugar means your HbA1c climbs. And for women going through or past menopause, hormonal shifts make insulin less and less effective at the same time. So you can be doing everything you think is right, eating reasonably, moving occasionally, and your number can still be heading in the wrong direction, silently. for years. But here's what nobody tells you, and this is the part that I think about every single day as a doctor. This number can change faster than you think. Keep watching. Of all the numbers I track in my patients, blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation markers, HbA1c is the one that responds fastest to behavior. It is one of the most changeable numbers in medicine. And I do not say that to give you false hope. I say it because I have watched it happen hundreds of times. People who were heading straight for a diabetes diagnosis turned it around completely. Not with medication, not with a dramatic life overhaul, with 5 specific changes. Changes so targeted that the research behind them is almost hard to believe. Let me walk you through each one. And I want you to notice, not one of these requires a gym membership. Not one requires giving up food you love. These are precise, evidence-backed, and they work. The first one is the highest impact and lowest effort change you can make starting today. Walk for 10 minutes after every meal, not before, after. Research is remarkably consistent on this. A 10-minute walk after eating reduces the blood sugar spike from that meal by up to 30%. Why? Because the moment your muscles start moving, they begin pulling glucose directly out of your bloodstream. You do not need to walk fast. You do not need to break a sweat. 10 minutes. That is the entire prescription. Start tonight after dinner. The second change is one that genuinely surprises people when they hear it, because it involves 0 extra effort. No new foods, no smaller portions, just a different order. Eat your vegetables and protein first. Leave the carbohydrates for last. That simple sequence change can reduce your post-meal blood sugar spike by up to 40%. The same food, the same amount, just eaten in a different sequence. The reason is vegetables and protein slow down digestion. By the time the carbohydrates arrive into your system, the spike is dramatically smaller. Start your next meal with the salad, the chicken, the eggs, and finish with the bread or the rice, same plate. Completely different effect on your blood. The third change is one that most people get wrong because they think it means giving everything up. It does not. You do not need to eliminate carbohydrates. You need to swap the type. White bread, white rice, pastries, sugary drinks, these hit your bloodstream fast and hard. Brown rice, oats, lentils, sweet potato, these digest slowly. The spike never comes. Same satisfaction. Completely different impact. That swap alone has moved people out of the pre-diabetes range within 3 months. The fourth one, and I need you to really hear this because most people dismiss it, is sleep. 7 to 8 hours. Not 6, not 5, 7 to 8. Because here is what is actually happening when you sleep less than that. Your body's ability to use insulin drops, measurably, in as little as 1 week of poor sleep. So if you have been making every right food choice and your numbers still will not budge, look at your sleep first. It might be the only variable that is quietly undoing everything else you are doing right. And the fifth change, the one with the longest lasting impact of all, is building muscle just twice a week. Because remember what we said earlier, muscle is your body's glucose sponge. The more of it you have, the more sugar your body can pull out of your blood automatically. 2 sessions per week, bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, light weights, 20 minutes each time. That is the entire commitment. And over 3 months, the HbA1c numbers I have seen from patients who do just this are remarkable. Now I want to close this with something, because we started with a story, and that story has an ending. That patient, the 54-year-old woman who had never heard the word HbA1c, she went home that day with 3 of these 5 changes written on a piece of paper. Just 3. The evening walk, the food swap, the extra hour of sleep. 3 months later, she came back in. I pulled up her results. Her number had dropped back into the healthy range. She looked at me across that desk, and she said something I have never forgotten. She said, "Why did nobody tell me this before?" I did not have a good answer for her. But I have one now, because here you are, watching this, which means somebody is telling you right now, and what you do with it is entirely up to you. Next time you are at the doctor, do one thing. Find your results. Look for the HbA1c line and ask, what is this number, and what does it mean for me specifically? You are allowed to ask that. You deserve to know the answer. If it is in the healthy range, now you know exactly how to keep it there. If it is not, you just watched a video that gave you a clear road back. Most people who take this seriously see measurable improvement within 12 weeks. If this reached you, share it. with someone over 50 you care about, because somewhere in their life there is a number sitting in a file, and nobody has explained it yet. You can change that today. Subscribe if you want more of this. No fluff, no panic, just the truth about your body that your doctor wishes they had more time to tell you. I will see you in the next one.